Hello everybody on my LAFC channel, welcome back to another match previewing our trip at the weekend on Saturday to Audi Field, taking on the high-flying, positive starting Wayne Rooney's DC United. This will be a very tough game for us, another road game. Obviously we come off the back of a fantastic 5-0 win at San Jose on Saturday evening. We absolutely battered them from minute 1 to minute 90 and we absolutely blew them apart in a game which was really one-sided. I mean, San Jose, they're poor defensively and we absolutely exploited that. We played some great attacking football and we thoroughly deserved the win. I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. Carlos Vela is absolutely flying at the moment. A hat-trick last weekend, on course to do well this season, a big contender at this early stage for MLS MVP. Scored an absolute screamer as well in the second half to make it 4-0. And for me, he's definitely going to be a big factor in this game. Obviously, DC United started the season very well. Picked up a good 2-1 win in Orlando over the weekend. Wayne Rooney scored an outstanding goal, a wonderful free kick goal to put them 2-0 up. And obviously, they conceded a goal towards the end through Dom Dwyer's header. But I definitely think this is a good test. And when you're coming into this season, when you started, well, you want to play the good teams early on, just to see where you are as a little benchmark. And I think this is a fantastic test to come up against a good DC side who've really improved over the past 12 months. I mean, this time last year, they hadn't had the best of seasons, but ever since Wayne Rooney's come to Washington, you've really seen an improvement in there. He struck up a good relationship with Luciano Acosta, who's been linked with moves to European clubs such as Paris Saint-Germain and Besiktas recently. He's another fantastic player in his day, another player who can make things happen. It's not also about Wayne Rooney. You've got players like Luciano Acosta in there, you've got Moreno sitting in behind them, they've got a good defensive line, they've got Bill Hamid in goals, a very good goalkeeper on his day, they've got Brillant, the French centre-half, at the back as well. So they've got a very, very good, solid MLS team, and a team that can definitely cause us problems, especially going forward. And I worry about our defence in this game. Wayne Rooney's a very, very clever player. He may not be the quickest anymore, he may have lost that yard of pace, but he's still got the mind, still got the good footballing brain. And the good players never lose that sense of play. The footballing brain, in my opinion, develops when a player gets older and their little movements sort of improve a little bit more. And we've got to be on our A game. Obviously, our first defensive shutout of the season was over the weekend, which is good. A clean sheet in our 5-0 win. I'm happy with that. But this will be another tough game. And I just don't see us keeping the clean sheet here. I think DC have got a good attacking firepower going forward. It's going to be very, very hard for us to try and thwart that test of Acosta and Rooney together. Both are very good players, as I said before. And Rooney's been playing well this season, hasn't he? He started the season off very, very well. He can't do no wrong in the DC shirt at the moment. He's scored some important goals. He's been absolutely crucial to some of their play. They picked up some big wins against Atlanta. They picked up some massive wins against, as I said, Orlando. They picked up some big wins against RSL as well. So they've really started the season off very, very strong. And they, in between that 0-0 draw at Yankee Stadium against NYFC. So they're playing very well. They've started the season very well, in contrast to what happened last year. But I think we're in good form at the moment. Of course, we don't fear anybody. And I'm sure Coach Bob will have them all fired up for this game. He'll know what the threat that DC will pose with Wayne Rooney. He'll know what to expect. He'll know how good they're going to be, how they want to play quick through the thirds and really try and get us defensively. We're going to be strong at the back, though, because, as I said, I do have my concerns there. Audi Field's a nice stadium, though. It's a nice big surface. We can really play our good expansive football on it, press them high up the pitch, try and really make things happen. I think my problem with last weekend's game was probably Diego Rossi a bit. He sells too many of them little fouls, little taps to the face. He goes down way too easily. And you can see a lot of the San Jose players getting quite wound up with that. And I completely understand where they're coming from. Obviously, he's got a couple of players sent off against RSL and Portland Timbers at home. Both games at the bank were 2 red cards for 2 similar incidents. And I think he's just got to iron that out of his game. He's a fantastic player who will draw fouls anyway because he's a very good player. And he's a creative, tricky winger who will draw the fouls anyway without having to try and pick up cheap fouls all the time. He's good enough to draw fouls from defenders because of his talent, and he doesn't need to resort to all this sort of cheating type of mentality to try and win fouls. He's a good player, and hopefully Bob will try and have a little chat with him during the week and just try and tell him to stop doing that, because he can pick up some silly bookings and silly red cards from doing all this stuff, and it just wind up pushing players up even more, which might work to our advantage sometimes, but he's really got to look to try and iron that out of his game. My score prediction for this game, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to go 2-1 LAFC. We're playing fantastic at the moment. All of our attackers are playing well at the moment. Diamande in particular, probably not playing the best at the moment, is he? But Christian Ramirez came back from US men's national duty, so he might start. I'm not too sure he's going to start up top between him or Dio. That remains to be unknown, obviously. But I think the way our attackers are playing at the moment, we've got Mark-Anthony Kaye back in the fold, who set up that first goal in San Jose. Hopefully we'll have Lee Win back fit, because I definitely think we need him in the midfield. But Latif Blessing's done brilliantly so far in that 4-3-3 with Bob Bradley, really working his magic in there. And I think Latif's becoming an important player in there. He obviously played full-back to start the season against Portland Timbers, moved into the 3-man midfield this weekend and last weekend as well. He's really starting to show that he's quite versatile in other positions. He can't just play on the wing, he can play in midfield, he can play fullback. Speaking of fullbacks, I was really impressed with Stephen Batershaw's performance over the weekend. Fantastic performance, a goal and assist. He's been brilliant this season, in my opinion. A very good fullback. Going back to San Jose against his former club, to do that shows that the fire still burns in him. He's still a very, very talented player. I was impressed with the boys at the back. Atuesta, Zimmerman as well, and Jordan Harvey got replaced by Nico Hamalainen as well. All did very, very, very well, and it'll be another tough test on Saturday night. If we come out of that with 3 points, I'll be very, very confident we can go on and achieve something big this season. Because as I said, not many teams go to DC, especially this season. Atlanta went to Audi Field and got beat on the opening weekend, so not many teams are going to go to Audi Field this season and pick up 3 points. DC will be a very, very solid team at home, and they'll pick up, in my opinion, the majority of their points at home. With Wayne Rooney playing at home, they're loud backing at Audi Field. It'll be a very, very difficult game. But I think we'll edge it 2-1 just for the fact of our attacking firepower on good form at the moment. And I think we'll just have enough to win the game. If you enjoyed this match preview, guys, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new as well. Please, it'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Comment your predictions as well. I want to hear from all of you as well. And we'll see you all for the match review Saturday evening to Sunday night. Thank you. Bye-bye.